Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Galaxy with God Love Notes. Of course, I really want to thank you for being a part of my journey, a part of my soul tribe, a part of this family. I really appreciate you, one and all. Um, well, this is not tarot right now, but there's something I need to share. Um, I remember, hmm, well, this is my diary. This is my diary, and I'm led to share this. Actually, I was gone to bed, and I just got to get up and write this. Spirit wants me to share this message because this is someone's message. All right, but this is my life that I need to share what happened to me, and it could be happening to someone also. Well, for me, I was angry with God, really angry for a very long time, even to the point where I stopped praying because I feel as if I was punished by God. Even though I read my Bible, I pray and I try to be the best version of myself, but even then, everything in my life is just turned upside down. Disappointment after disappointment, betrayal after betrayal, hurt after hurt. I've been there. But even though I pray, everything just remains the same. I asked God for things, and what I got was the opposite of everything I asked. Yeah, I swear I was the only sinner that exists. Time went on. I lived my life the way I felt it, as I was supposed to. I just please myself, whatever there is. I'm not praying anymore. I'm not asking God for guidance anymore because I'm so angry. I'm so upset with my father. Because nothing in my life seemed to go the way I wanted. Because everything is turned upside down. Yes, I was so broken hearted, had no reason to laugh. Laughter was gone, nothing to laugh about. I feel like even my peace of mind was stripped from me. Nothing, no one. I think of the worst thing to do to myself. Everyone that I ever was ever close to migrated or even died. I was left on a lonely island surrounded by sharks. Everybody I see in my mind's eye was just about to attack me. Feeling like no one had my back, I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I literally lost everything and everyone that used to make me happy or even to make me laugh. I remember night after night, I sat and I prayed and I cried to God to forgive me of all my sins because in my mind's eye, I was the only sinner on earth. I was convinced that I was not just a sinner, but I was possibly condemned. I felt condemned because nothing I prayed for was ever coming into fruition. I was so lonely, broken. Everything you can ever think of was times 10, and those were all negatives. As a matter of fact, lonely was an understatement. I finally got a job and I started sending out job applications. I got a job, but I just had my son, my second son, and he had to go to daycare, and the daycare opened at 7, and I have to reach work at 7. I didn't have anyone to assist me with him, so I got there late 2 mornings. I lost my job again. But before, on day 2, there was this lady. She came from overseas. I think I mentioned it in a reading before. She came from overseas and she was there to train us. I didn't know her. She didn't know me. So I was there. I said 3 days. Day 2, she told me that Beverly, I got a message for you. And I was like, hmm. But I started, with this smile on my face as to who knows you that knows me. And she said to me, yes, Beverly, I got a message while I was on my knees last night. I got a message for you, and the Lord said to tell you that whatever you're praying for, you're going to be getting it. But I'm only having you building your faith and strength in me. Yeah. So I lost that job, but that was my only reason for being at that location. 3 days, I lost the job because I had no one to help me with my baby. Everything I put my hand on, everything failed. Hmm. I lost the job, but I was so hurt. I didn't know what to do. I remember I sent an application to somewhere else. I picked up the phone and I called them, and they said, "Oh yes, can you come in to interview tomorrow?" I did. I was so happy when I got the call. I couldn't tell them I couldn't attend the interview because I wanted the job so bad. I have my son to take care of, and I have nothing, no one. I was like one person lost in this world and can't find anyone to help me. But I got the job. I got the job, and I was there for 9.5 years, and I did great at that job. Customer service. I used to work at the airport in customer service. I used to do airline. Used to work in aviation. So I've done so many things in my life, and even then, I was struggling to get a job. I mean, everything I ever wanted turned upside down. But after the lady told me that message, that whatever I'm asking for, I was marveled to the point where when she walked away, she told me that God said, "You're angry with him." I didn't tell anybody that. That was done in my bedroom, crying on my knees to God for forgiveness and to help me to remove the veil from my eyes because I really want to see, I really want to get out of this dark place that I was. I thought of the worst thing in life to do to me but when I look back to see who was going to suffer if I'm no longer here, was going to be my children. So I held on knowing that one day things would be better. So this is just my diary and some of the things I've been through. I really wanted to go to bed, as I said. Yeah, but Spirit wants me to share this. But in the lowest part of my day, in the lowest part of my life, that message came through. And that job I got, that was a turning point for me. It was a turning point for me to the point where things changed drastically in a positive direction. Because I didn't realize that God really was trying to teach me something. But I'm on my knees and He said to me, "I'm not punishing you. I'm training you to be strong and to grow in faith. What you're going through, you have to go through this and grow through it because you have called you to serve certain people in this world." I'm sorry, collective. I'm so emotional. I'm sorry about this. I've called you to serve certain people in this world, and in order for you to help them, you had to experience what they're going through. You have to feel what they feel. You have to walk in their shoe. You have to feel their pain, to think the way they do, to be broken as they are, to feel their pain. So once I bring you out of all of this, you can speak to it and help to lead others to me. So I was not really punished by God, but God wanted to use me as an example for me to overcome all the obstacles that I've been through to talk about this to someone else. So I'm saying this to say if you feel as if God is punishing you, He's not. He just wants for you to be strong in your faith, to grow in Him so you can teach others about the goodness of Him. The deepest part of your pain is where you're gonna grow. And when I said grow, is grow in faith. So you can teach others what you've been through. Yeah. So as I said, disappointment after disappointment, I've been there. Yeah, but God is calling some of us to serve. And in order for us to serve God's people, He has to put us through what everyone is going through so we can be humble and understand each other's pain. Not because you're in a big house or driving a pretty car today. You weren't doing it 10, 15 years ago. So the persons who do not have, do not look down at them because this is what their growth process is going to be. They have to start humble and then elevate to what God wants them to do. So I'm not sure whose message this is, but I was gone to bed, as I said, and Spirit wants me to share this message to you. Don't give up on yourself. I gave up. I completely gave up. But for some reason, something was still having me hanging on. I did not know it was God wanting to have me holding on to Him. Deep in my heart, I felt like I was cursed. And everything that was wrong in my life was because of me, my doing. I even said to God, God, if everything I ask you for, you give me the opposite, you know what? I'm going to live the life the way I please. I'm not going to be listening to you. I do what I please because everything I want, you're not giving it to me. I was so rude. I apologize every time, but I was so angry because I tried to be the best version of myself. I try to live clean. I try to pray. I read my Bible. I do everything. And nothing that I ever want, God wants me to get at that time because He was just building character, building strength, building resilience within me for me to be able to stand here or sit here tonight to tell you God is not done with us yet. We're still here for a reason to share God's blessing, to share God's message to the world, because this is the only reason we're here to help each other. Yeah. When I think of my struggles, it just brings me pain. I'm not angry, but I learned to realize and respect my father that he chose me to go through this because he know that somehow I would outgrow the pain and be able to be standing strong again to come and tell you all. But if this reading, if this message is not a reading, if this message resonates with you, collective, let me know by commenting down below. I'm sorry that I'm so emotional, but trust me, I've been through it. I've hit rock bottom, hit it hard, hit my head on a rock, not literally, but physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Yes, I hit rock bottom. So for me to stand like this and talk, it's only the grace of God that takes me through. But He's gonna take you through to collective. Don't give up on yourself. Because just remember, even though you're going through this and you feel like you're doing it alone, you're never alone. God is there telling you, my child, keep going forward. You just have one more step to make. And then I'm gonna be carrying you. I know you cannot take the weight of this anymore. I'm gonna help you along the way, but you have to try. You have to put something into it. I cannot. You have free will. Once you start, I can propel you along. But if you don't want to do it, I'm not gonna force you. So whatever the situation is, just know that God is with you, and He's not gonna leave you. I always feel that whatever you go through, God is not gonna leave you there to suffer. He's gonna take you through, but you have to have your strength built. Or the darkest part of the night is just before dawn. So when you think of giving up, it's just about the time when your blessing is gonna be in for you. So, collective, I do apologize for me being emotional on camera. This is not my wish, not my will. but this is the will of my Father, so I can bring this message to someone who needs to hear it. So thank you so much for joining me here at the Galaxy with God, love, notes. Peace. I leave with you. Good night.